Hi everybody. So I found a couple pieces of metal. Here's a solid piece of metal that I had welded together at one time just to practice welds. If you see the welds here, I started cutting a weld out of here, and then I started cutting a weld out of here, and I was like, oh, this is taking way too long. So I have a piece of flat steel around here, but I'm using it as for my bench. When I pound on it, it doesn't destroy my bench. So I found this piece of metal here. This is a part from a Jeep. So from one Jeep to another Jeep, it was the back frame of up. So I had to replace both sides of the frame on up. In the rear, I did both. I did a lot of work. I got to get this thing started. It's in the back. It was taking out a tree the other day. It did the tree, but then after I disconnected it, I shut it off. It wouldn't start. It went click. I went, solenoid or starter or whatever, or battery connection. I don't know. I just said, you did your job. I don't care. So that's putting a Jeep to work. It did a job. Saved myself money. Hiring somebody to take a tree down. As long as it's not close to your house, take it down. Take your time. Look at it many times before you take it down, because I always run a strap and strap it to a Jeep, and then I cut it. And as I cut it slowly, different ways, I want it to drop where I want it to drop. If I make a mistake, don't do it next time. Don't drop it on something you need. You're like, damn, I screwed that up. So that's a little bit about the Jeeps. That's why we're doing this. We're gonna work them. So this piece right here looks like hell. But don't worry, when I'm all done, it'll look nice and it'll be all patched up there. It'll even look better. It'll probably be the nicest, one of the nice things. The other track bar is all done. Now we're gonna do this. So put your glasses on. I started making a line. I just got to finish cutting it. So I put it up there and I marked it. It'll be like not a triangle, kind of a patch. Can't be square because it has to go. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did it right. Yeah, I wanted to make sure it covers the hole, attaches to the front. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. I could even weld a plate this way on the other end. I might not. We'll see. Yeah, it should have another patch. I don't know, I might not. That hole might supposed to be on the bottom there. Sometimes there's reason why there's holes, things that access things. Bolts, nuts, all that good stuff. So let me finish this. That's hot. That's what she said. So that's the patch right there. That's your piece of metal you're going to use. Now it's starting to look cleaner because I started cleaning the other side up. So let's turn around and see if we got it up there. So now she's up on the lift a little bit, so I had to go find some parts. I had to go find some steel. That's pretty bright. All right, so we're going to weld it here. We're going to weld a plate like that in. Like that. I should weld it there. I should weld it here, but it's going to cover the hole. Fill this in. That would be nicer though. It would cover the holes. Weld it here, weld it here. Wait, if I can notch it. And notch it. Bring it out a little more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to notch this a little bit. So I'm gonna have to notch the bottom half here. Like I'm gonna have to cut a little hole here because I want it flush against the frame, but to go around this. I get me a hammer. Like they say, it's hammer time. So there we go. holes, so we're gonna notch it there. So
You want it there. You want it to get recessed there. You want it to be on the top so you get a nice weld on the top. Weld on the bottom is good. There's gonna be good. There's gonna be good. Okay.
So that's what you're gonna do. Okay, lights. So you're gonna take that piece of metal and then you're gonna notch this out. That section you're gonna cut out, and then you're gonna be able to slide it onto the frame and over the other piece, and then stitch all this in. Clean it all up. Put your clamp on the bottom. Clamp it together first. Compress it good. You get a nice easy shot here, and then you're gonna weld it in. Right? Simple, right? So I've only spent like 2-3 hours, and it's almost just getting this little piece of metal to weld that in. And then you got to get your welder out. Then you got to grind some more, and then you push this in. Once you grab that welder, that's it. Start welding. Just zip, 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 zip. You don't even have to go too crazy. It's just a little patch, right? But I don't want to cover anything up. So I know it's an older Jeep. It doesn't look like much. But when I'm all done, it'll look beautiful. It'll be perfect. For the frame right now, it'll be okay. But this whole section in the back, if you look at it, you're like, oh, it's so rusty. It's so nasty. Trust me. You got a paintbrush. You got a wire wheel. You got a wire brush. You got a wire brush and a paint. You can make that look beautiful again. But if you paint over the crap, it's all going to come back. You can make it look decent, but you want to do a really good job, we're going to do it a whole underneath one of these vehicles very soon. But for now, we're just going to get this thing back on the road, and maybe somebody can come back and say, look, I want it all done like you did the other one, like the yellow one. The yellow Jeep, the yellow Submarine is on Marketplace, and I'll take 6 for it. I have it for $8,500. Somebody offered me 6. I was like, good. That means I'll take it. So I had it drying out last night because it's not waterproof yet. And it has a small little water leak through the windshield. It probably needs a windshield. Well, it needs a windshield, but it needs the framing too around the windshield. So you unbolt it, put another one and paint it and shoot it. That's done. You can buy the whole windshield, the whole thing. Not the window, the windshield bracket, the whole assembly, and have a window put in. Now you have a nice brand new, no more leaks, sealer. That's what's leaking. It's got to be leaking there or through the cowl getting in somehow. But I usually have a cover on it, but that guy was supposed to buy it, so that deal fell through. So this is the little patch we're gonna do, and that's why you got to keep on looking on Marketplace. I'm on Google my name, Lenny Massey. Also eBay is Motor Speed 1984. Check that out. I got parts, tools, all that kind of stuff, and a little bit of knowledge, instruction videos, how to repair them and how to sell parts in this. I'm gonna get another Jeep. Maybe the white one might be my donor. No, it has a clean title. I don't want to do that. I want to get one that has no title. If it has no title, we'll strip it down and get most out of it. You know, rears, everything. Well, that's gonna be for the next shop. This shop is just too small for big jobs. Now I know a guy who just asked me. He says, I got a Gladiator with some body damage. I said, send me some photos and I'll see what I can do. It needs paint work and very minor body work, so I'm not going to get involved with something small. I need something big. I don't need something small. I don't need fast movers. I'm not a customer based kind of deal. That's not the kind of shop this is. So keep on watching. This is how we're going to repair this frame, and then it won't have any holes in this whole frame. Nope. Keep on going. Keep on watching, everybody. Bye.